Where does Shedeur Sanders rank in Browns' QB depth chart after Kenny Pickett trade? The Cleveland Browns approached the 2020-25 preseason with more QB questions than solutions, and at the center of it all was a rookie trying to prove he was worth it. Shedeur Sanders spent August building quietly, his stat line underlining the calm proficiency he provides to the position. 152 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions on limited snaps. The undressed numbers rank him only 55th among preseason quarterbacks in total yards. But that stain wears off quickly when combined with his pocket presence and football security, something the Browns very much need after a patchy 2024 season. His play has yet to answer Cleveland's depth chart puzzle, but it's definitely introduced some suspense into the mix. The soap opera surrounding Cleveland's quarterback situation hit a new level on Monday when Kenny Pickett was traded to the Las Vegas Raiders. Pickett was a potential choice for Kevin Stefanski in case Joe Flacco struggled. Instead, his hamstring injury kept him out of the entire preseason, depriving the Browns of a decent evaluation period. Eventually, Cleveland sent him west for a 2026 fifth-round pick, the same draft assets they originally traded to Philadelphia to obtain him. Yes, as per Adam Schefter on X, Kenny Pickett has now been traded from Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, from Philadelphia to Cleveland, and from Cleveland to Las Vegas. With Pickett out of the way, the Browns' depth chart has gained some clarity, at least for now. The franchise will head into Week 1 with 3 quarterbacks in veteran Joe Flacco, rookie Dillon Gabriel, and rookie Shedeur Sanders. Earlier, head coach Kevin Stefanski confessed he'd like to keep everybody, but acknowledged reality required making difficult decisions. However, this one was easier due to Pickett's unavailability and the opportunity to recover lost assets. So now, that means Sanders moves up in the depth chart, and the new order is now Joe Flacco, Dillon Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, and Deshaun Watson injured. Yeah, still looming in the background is Watson, who remains Cleveland's long-term plan under center, recovering from an Achilles injury that derailed his 2024 season. Watson enters 2025 with durability concerns, making Flacco's presence and the development of both rookies all the more critical. However, chief among them is Joe Flacco, the veteran bridge who is in place to stabilize the offense and provide Cleveland with a shot at winning now. While he wasn't signed up as a long-term answer, Flacco's experience and poise have landed him the safe Week 1 bet. Behind him is Dillon Gabriel, the Browns' third-round pick, whom the front office undoubtedly has a lot of faith in. Cleveland spent draft capital on him and has every incentive to allow him to develop behind Flacco. And then there's Shedeur Sanders, who's in an unusual place. His fifth-round draft position implied that he was a value risk rather than an organizational need. But his preseason consistency has made the Browns pay attention. Although Gabriel's performance is exciting, Sanders' restraint in not turning the ball over and his production in red zone opportunities have made him the safer bet of the 2 freshmen. What if the Browns had carried all 4 quarterbacks? Their depth chart would have been an unusual blend of stability and uncertainty. Joe Flacco, QB1 undisputed, stuck with Kevin Stefanski as his go-to guy even after missing preseason playing time. And Kenny Pickett, if not traded, would have been the backup, hamstring strain sidetracking what might have been a significant showing. Behind them, rookie Dillon Gabriel showed flashes of promise and rawness, shaping up as the developmental number 3, waiting on a future chance. That would have left Shedeur Sanders scrambling for playing time. However, his 2-touchdown performance in the preseason opener was perhaps the most impressive of the group, and raised questions of whether he might be able to push his way into the equation. By moving on from Pickett, Cleveland made its rotation easier to navigate. But in doing so, they sacrificed veteran insurance to gain a clearer road for the development of Gabriel and Sanders. Kenny Pickett's whirlwind ride comes to an end. Pickett's departure is as much about timing as it is about roster math. Traded from Pittsburgh to Philadelphia, and then from Philadelphia to Cleveland, his time in Ohio lasted little more than the summer. Injuries kept him out of plays, and the Browns couldn't see their way to keeping 4 quarterbacks when other gaps on the roster needed filling. The transaction comes out even for both. The Browns regain the 5th-round pick, originally lost, restoring their draft resources for next year, while clearing a roster spot for Sanders to emerge. For Las Vegas, the transaction gives them a veteran backup for Geno Smith following Aiden O'Connell's wrist injury during preseason play. Raiders head coach Pete Carroll emphasized the importance of gaining a quarterback who's had game experience, and thus Pickett is now an instant improvement in a difficult position. Cleveland's gamble now lies in whether Shedeur Sanders can sustain his steady hand as the lights grow brighter. His preseason resume, modest yardage, 2 touchdowns, and most importantly, 0 turnovers, paint a picture of a rookie who understands situational football. If Gabriel is the high ceiling play, Sanders is the stabilizer. The Browns can do without him in week 1, but down the stretch of a long season, a young backup can easily become irreplaceable. Done.